All right, so another way to kind of downregulate that central nervous system, release some tension, relax the muscle that is strained, is to use a foam roller, a lacrosse ball, tennis ball, any apparatus for myofascial or self-massage release techniques. And now the idea here is not that we're actually breaking down muscles or we're changing the length of muscles. What we're actually doing is we're giving that central nervous system an external stimulus that is going to tell it to calm down, chill out, and let us have some room to work. So foam rolling is a great way to give your body a sense of mobility that it didn't have prior, because increased mobility is a result of your body feeling safe, your body feeling stable. And so the foam roller can open up that mobility, but then you actually have to solidify it. So I always say that when you are using a foam roller, it should be followed up in almost every fashion, every occasion, with some sort of activation or some sort of movement that's going to get the muscles that you're trying to use functioning. All right? So we're gonna do a couple of different areas here. First one's going to be our thoracic spine. Basically, this is from the bottom of your shoulder blades up until almost the base of your neck, just below there. We want to be able to flex and extend at our mid-back so that we don't have to do it at our low back and we don't have to do it at our neck. Our mid-back is the most mobile of those. And we also want to be able to rotate, right? So we're gonna start first just moving up and down the back to get those muscles warm. And so start right at the bottom of your shoulder blades, cross your arms, hug yourself. What this is gonna do is pull your shoulder blades out of the way and then get a little crunch down for me. Lift the hips, roll up toward the neck, but not to it, and then back down. All right, so you can spend 60 seconds to 2 minutes just rolling here. And then we're going to do some active movement and activation following it. So what that's going to look like is we'll start at that mid-back position like we just did. And we're going to start nice and curled. And we're going to take a deep inhale in. And as we inhale in, we're going to try and fold over top of this without our lower back doing the work. So a lot of times people will compensate. You have to keep your pelvis slightly tucked under, a little glute tension, and a little ab tension goes a long ways in this. I talk about it a lot. Abs and glutes are huge. If they are not engaged, it's likely that you are not set in position, and whatever you are trying to do isn't going to be as efficient as it should. So if all else fails, squeeze your abs a little bit, squeeze your glutes a little bit, and then try again. All right, so we're gonna take a huge breath in here, and as we take that breath in, we're going to arch back. And right about here, I can't move any further, so I'm gonna hold, 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 and then I'm gonna exhale and fold back forward, squeezing my core. Couple sets there. I'd go with about 5 to 6 reps at each segment. So I would do 5 to 6 here, and then I would roll the roller up my spine a little bit, do 5 to 6 there, and then roll up until I'm just at the top of my thoracic spine below the neck. You shouldn't feel pain on this. The roller shouldn't be digging into your spine. You should feel it on those muscles just outside of your spine. All right, now if you want to add a little bit of a rotational factor, you can actually keep your abs braced and turn your shoulders. And what this is going to do is another way to actively roll and work on thoracic rotation. All right, so we got a couple of movements here to get that extension and that rotation moving and getting you back to performance, getting you back to play. So the first thing we're going to do is extension. All right, so we're going to get down into, I believe this is called a prone cobra position. All right, and all we're going to do is throw our arms to our sides. We're going to squeeze our glutes. We're going to press our belly into the floor by squeezing our abs. And then all we're going to do is pull shoulders down and back, arch up, up, and then back down. and then back down. You shouldn't feel your lower back. That's what the glutes are for. Everything should be from about the bottom of the shoulder blades and up. All right? If you want to make that a little harder and a little more effective, throw the arms out in front of you with a thumbs up and a Y. All right? About 45 degrees, 60 degrees from the shoulder joint itself. All right? From here, everything's the same. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs, press into the floor, head neutral, lift arms, up, 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 and down. All right? Now, we want to work some thoracic rotation. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that we can do this, and depending on you, you're going to want to pick the one that feels the best and allows you to make the movement come entirely from your upper back and shoulders, okay? So when we turn, midsection shouldn't be turning, only the shoulders should. All right, so the first one is we're going to get down into this hands and feet position, or forearm and feet position, like so. We're going to sink back into our hips, and one hand goes on the head. We're going to reach in and out. And as we go in, we're going to exhale. As we come up, we're going to inhale. Good. Now as I drive down, I'm trying to get this elbow as far across as I possibly can. I'm trying to drive that shoulder blade across as far as I can. And the opposite as I go up. I'm trying to get that elbow up as high as I can. I'm going to try to drive my shoulder blade as far down into my spine as I can. Creating tension and creating that rotation. All right, just like thoracic extensions, you should probably get about 5 to 6 per side, 2 to 3 sets every single day. All right, now this one can be a little bit more challenging because you are in a kneeling position like so, but I found that by being in this kneeling position, sometimes it helps lock in the lower back and take the hips out of it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cross my arms, hug myself like so, and I'm gonna rotate one direction. Okay, I'm gonna take a huge breath in as I rotate. Once I get to that sticking point, I'm going to hold, exhale, create tension, okay? That's gonna solidify that position. Then I'm going to lean into it. I'm gonna exhale even further. If I need to take an inhale before, I certainly can. And I'm gonna brace even harder, solidify that position, okay? When I'm in that tilted position, I'll rotate, come up, rebreathe, but hold and reset in that position. So a lot of talking, a lot of resetting, position, position, position. Basically, we're trying to incrementally rotate further and further and further. We're going to do it in a rotate, tilt fashion. All right? So hug yourself. Big breath in, rotate, rotate, abs tight, left shoulder going back, right shoulder going forward. I'm stuck here. I exhale. Tilt, 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 tilt. Hard crunch. Good. Rotate further. Inhale, come up to neutral. Exhale. Tilt, 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 tilt. Rotate further. Come up to neutral. Hold that position. And continue until you find that in range where you just simply cannot go any further. Okay, so each and every rep you should be getting further, like so. Breathe in, rotate. Exhale, bite down and core, tilt. Turn, turn, turn. Come back up to neutral. Breath or two here. Exhale. Tilt. Rotate. Come back up. Okay? So that's a pretty aggressive stretch. But if you can feel it properly, if you can contract your muscles properly, aggressive is a good thing. It means faster improvement. But start with the more basic exercises. Feel that one out. Feel out some of the more challenging ones. And then move up from there.